Morning, everyone. Can you help me with the serenity prayer? God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Amen.
Amen. Well, I want to thank everyone coming out for the meeting. I'm just going to go according to the book, what it used to be like, what happened, and what am I like now. So, I was born in Guatemala, so my English is not very good looking. So you guys got to pay attention because I got a deep accent. So I was born in Guatemala. I was raised in there until I was 18. By 14 years old, I was already starting to enjoying the pleasure of alcohol. By 16, I was already hanging out with a group of older family members because they know how to party. At that age, I was already dancing in a club. Actually, it was a brothel, because that's legal over there. So I was already in there having fun every Sunday, hanging out with the older guys. By that time, I was already getting in a lot of trouble. I was failing 10th grade twice. My father didn't know about it. My mom was trying to hide it. So she decided to send me to the United States of America. I came straight from Guatemala to Cleveland because she wanted me to get a better life and maybe get well. But little did she know that when I first came to this country, I started working in a restaurant downtown in West 6. Every weekend, the chef came in with a bucket of ice full of beer. That's the first time I find out open a beer with your hand. It was the coolest thing I ever saw.
Okay.
So from that, they never stopped. Every weekend. I was not an alcoholic, but obviously I did have a problem. I met the mother of my kids in 1997 on a cold December night. I was just getting pulled out because I was always carrying around 2 beers with me, always. It was a December night. I saw this young lady walking, and I asked her for a cigarette. And I decided just to walk her home. She didn't live that far. I didn't even know this lady. So we started talking. She knew I was drunk. Because I grew up in a culture that if you're going to start drinking, you're going to finish until you black out. I saw people laying on the sidewalks back home, completely drunk. So that was the mentality that I got. Start drinking and you're not going to finish. There's no such thing as a social drinker back home. I saw a lot of people trying to get help by their own. Now that I'm looking back, some people stay sober for like a couple of months, and then they go into a streak of drinking for weeks until they die. So I met this lady. We got married. We got 3 kids. Our first child born with heart problems. She got her first heart open surgery by the age of 5 days. That didn't stop me from drinking. I still drink. On our wedding day, she told me that I was trying to kiss her cousin. That's how drunk I was. She didn't leave me. She stuck with me because she knew I was just a mess. After that, she started to complaining about my behavior. Like, you're drinking too much. I know you're the man of the house. And I'm like, she's never going to leave me. I'm the one who's providing all the money. I'm the one who paid the bills. We had 3 kids after that. Until 97, she got enough of my drinking. Because every weekend, it got to a point that she would lock the house because she got tired of looking for me at downtown Cleveland. I decided not to get a cell phone because of that reason. But my brother used to work with me too. He's the one with the cell phone. He's like, here's your wife calling you. It's 2 a.m. in the morning. She's looking for you. That didn't stop me from drinking. I didn't came home until like Sunday morning. Laying on the couch and she was about my drinking. I decided to start hiding alcohol. Put him in the basement. But I thought I got control of my alcohol though. Like, I only drinking on the weekends. I'm paying the bills. I haven't lost a job because of my drinking. But she got tired of it. She decided to leave. She left with my 3 kids, and man, that shit hurt. I remember crying. It was on a summer June. I called my mom. After I'm hung up with my mom, I went to the store, loaded the fridge with beer because that's the only thing she cannot take was the fridge and the stuff. Everything else was gone, empty house, just for me. That's when I decided to start inviting my friends over. You know how we got sober houses here? That was the alcohol's house. When we run out of beer at 2 a.m. in the morning, we know where to get it. Even though we got to pay double, we didn't care. Time goes by, and I met another lady. She was okay with my drinking. But she also got a problem with gambling. I used to love going to the casino and just watch her play while I'm drink. The next morning she's like, man, we almost got kicked out because you fell asleep in the freaking machine. She got tired of my drinking too. And she also caught me cheating. I'm thinking she's playing in the casino and I'm just texting somebody from work. And here it comes. It's over. You're going out of my house too. So I moved to the east side of Cleveland. I started drinking more and more in 2018. That's when that one happens. For the first time, I decided I was drinking so much for like almost 2 days now. My alcoholism started to progress. I didn't even know about it. Trying to cure my hangovers by drinking a couple more so I can get better and go to work. Okay, that happened for a while. And then, out of the sudden, I found myself sleeping in the dropping station because I didn't want to go home. I got more beer with me. I even got a nickname because my friends always, every time they see me, I got a couple of beers. And so I took a flight to California because I got an auntie in LA. I lost my phone that day, and I just came back and grabbed a tablet, trying to communicate that I'm going to LA. I'm half drunk in the dropping station, just driving back and forth. And I got a couple credit cards with me. Man, I was gonna roll this thing. Cost me about $500 one trip the same day. I'm stopping in Chicago. I keep on drinking in there at the airport. I got to LA with no communications, and I'm trying to text. I'm borrowing somebody's phone because I got my lists in there on my phone. So I call my auntie, like, I'm here in LAX. I got to send her a picture that it was true. They picked me up, and they saw me. I was a mess. I'm like, kid, you need Jesus Christ. They're Christians, and I grew up as Christian. I know who God is. I lost that job because I didn't show up for work. I called another friend like, hey man, I'm coming back to Cleveland. I just needed a break. I'm thinking maybe that's what I need. Same thing happened. Another restaurant job. Same thing. Every weekend. More drinking. Then I decided I keep on drinking twice now. One night was not enough. More and more and more. I lost that job too. I get another job and same thing. I'm showing up to work drunk now. Sneaking alcohol out of the restaurant. They gave me a management position. So I go with a pitcher to the bar, fill it up, take to the cooler, hide it in there around 6 p.m., pour myself a glass. And we also get shift drinks, so I was getting, by the time I get out of work, I was already drunk. Well, they caught me doing that too, so they fired me. Now I'm calling off because it was a new thing now. You can call off of work. You don't. People are doing it now. So every time I call off of work, I'm drinking for like 4, 5, 6 days. Now it's been 10 days. 10 days. I'm trying to stop for myself multiple times. I think I got like 90 days by myself without knowing anything that can provide any help. So I got sick of being sick. Last time while I was drinking, I was trying to see my kids, and they're like, "Are you a stranger to us, Daddy? Because we never see you." And until this time, I still remember that, but that didn't stop me from drinking. Until I got sick of being sick. I was begging for help because I even went to a church, but we don't speak the same language. They pray, but I only go to church on Sundays. This program, you have to come here constantly. You have to be here because sometimes you forget that you have a problem with alcohol. There is no such thing as now I understand that there is no such thing as I can manage my alcohol when it didn't happen before. It's not going to happen now, and that's thanks to this program. When I came here shaking. I was drinking for 10 days. I already lost, by that time, 6 jobs. I was every time I drink, I was having so many nightmares. Shakes are brutal. And those nightmares are like insane. Can't sleep, shaking, gagging, not throwing up anything, not eating, because I stop eating after I'm drinking. I can start drinking today and I'll be gone for weeks. I probably die now. I completely give up eating. I walk in this room and I think by the third or fourth day, they saw me that I got interested in coming in. They gave me this book. And I'm starting to reading about it. I even got all these things I was filling up. Every day I come here, I take notes. Because that was helping me. This program is the only reason I'm being sober for 403 days. My sober day is April 17, 2023. So I'm still learning. I gotta read this over and over and over again to actually get into my head what is this about, what is Dr. Bob Nightmares all about. What's the history behind it? How the two group of people came to realize that there is a solution. And this is the only solution that I have so far. It's coming to meetings. Be present. I didn't think it was a solution for me. I'm like, nobody can help me. Even my bosses told me, like, you need to go get help. But they never. It would be a different story. It would be like, here, read this. I would probably just left it alone and never read it. But they plant the seed at least. The seed is planted now. So when I got this book, I started Googling, like watching people talk about it, and I'm like, these people do it, and reading the stories. At the first, when I started reading the book, I couldn't finish because I started crying like a little kid. I cannot finish one page of this book because I touched like, wow, this is actually people that have the same problem with me. They are speaking the same language. They got the same problem. I lost pretty much everything. Now I'm regaining the respect of my kids. Even my ex-wife is so proud of me that I'm doing this. I actually helping my kids over too, because now I'm not spending money in hotels. I'm still paying debt cards because I put a lot of debt while I was drinking, losing jobs and not having the right option, and I was trying to drink like I'm a freaking Rolling Stone. So I am very, very gracious for this program of action, because it takes action to get it done. Like in the book and how it works. Rarely we have seen a person fail who has truly, that's a key word right there, truly follow our path. And I want to be the one who really, I'm trying to really follow their path so I don't get a slip. So I have to come to meetings. I have to be present. For me, every story matters. I pick a little bit out of everybody's story, or when a subject comes in, when a topic comes in, I try to take notes. So I took a lot of notes for almost a whole time I was here. I've been to a couple of other meetings too. I do have a sponsor too, and I need it. For me, I think I got the right idea. If my sponsor is not responding, I got a bunch of numbers in here. I got a lot of people's numbers in here. Anybody can give you help. And what do you got to go through? So I'm honored to be doing this. I'm glad I can pass the message that there is a solution, because I came here desperately needing help. Some people are forced. I was forced to get help, but I wasn't ready. I was not ready to give up my love, which was alcohol for me. I mean, not even my kids and my wife and bosses get through my head. And so I think it was like a spiritual awakening that I got. And I got it by listening to this group, listen to the unity that this program has. This is the only solution that I can get, and it's in this book. I even wrote things in here, but I mean, like they were saying, you might not even gonna need it. I mean, it's my first lead, so I was kind of nervous of what to say. But that was my story, and the solution is here. It's going to meetings. I think that's all I can share with you guys. Can we do our Father?
Whose Father?
Our Father,
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
thy kingdom,
Kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever.
Amen.
The meeting is not over. Comments are very important. You can sit right there.